No, he's a fighter. He comes from a fighter family.
Yeah.
His dad, a mastermind within himself. So I expect a fight now. I expect Tyson to come. He's gonna come ready.
Maybe being a bit more physical in this fight. If that's the case, the fight is gonna be evolving in a bit of a different way. It's not just going to be Fury trying to touch and go and Fury trying to outbox Usyk the way he was early in the fight.
I have to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more smart to get the victory.
Boxing pros have revealed why Tyson Fury is going to beat Oleksandr Usyk in their rematch. After losing their first fight in May via split decision, 36-year-old Fury will be looking for retribution against unified champion Usyk. Lennox Lewis, a former undisputed heavyweight champion, believes that if Fury learns from his mistakes in the first bout, he will defeat his opponent. Lewis told the 5 Live Boxing with Steve Bunt's podcast, "I think Fury learned what he needs to do next time because he didn't do enough. He needs to do a lot more. I like him a bit heavier for his fights and not moving around as much. He has to conquer his own self first. He's been through these things before, so I think he can do it because he knows what to do. He's been at lows before and at highs before. He's down here right now. He knows how to get back up here. He just needs to put in the work." At 59, Lewis reflects on being fueled by revenge during his bouts and believes Fury will experience a similar drive following the first defeat of his career. Lewis said, "Every day I woke up training for this person, ready for this person, thinking about them the whole day. I took it real serious. Wake up every day to their picture, stick it on the wall, and be thinking about them all the time. It's a mental war you're going in against." Meanwhile, Conor McGregor expects to see a new version of Tyson Fury against Oleksandr Usyk. The Briton entered the first fight as the favorite, bolstered by his natural size advantage. Now, however, he faces the unfamiliar role of the underdog. However, UFC star McGregor thinks this will continue to be a significant element in their rivalry. "We've always got to win our fights scheduled," McGregor told TalkSport's Jim White when asked if Fury needed to win the rematch. He added, "You certainly don't want to be on the receiving end, especially from a guy like Oleksandr Usyk. But that was a close fight also, and I thought Fury had his moments. Fury is another guy who can make great adjustments, and if you look at his trilogy with Deontay Wilder, he got better as it went on." He further mentioned, "I'm expecting a much more dialed-in and more tactical Tyson Fury, and the size difference is substantial. But Usyk is a very crafty boxer, and that is a hell of a fight. UK heavyweight boxing is in a great place. At 6 feet 9 inches, Fury is far taller than Usyk, who is 6 feet 3 inches taller than him." McGregor had favored him to win because he implied that this would be a factor in the fight. However, he was unable to use his stature, and in the 9th round, the Ukrainian even defeated the previous WBC champion. Many in Fury's camp believe that his performance suffered as a result of his tumultuous lead-up to the fight. The Gypsy King sustained a cut during a sparring session ahead of his initial clash with Usyk, further postponing an already delayed bout. He was consequently unable to spar for the fight, but he refused to offer an explanation for his performance. The British superstar remains confident that sticking to a familiar strategy is key to defeating Usyk, firmly maintaining that his performance in their first clash was enough to secure the victory. He said, "I know what I've got to do, nothing drastic. People can say, I want to change trainers, or I'll blame it on me conditioning coach, or I'll blame it on the cook, or I'll blame it on the mouse next door." He added, "For me, it is the same team, same everything. I know what I've got to do. I thought I won the fight last time. There's no secret. I'm going in there to knock him out because I don't think I'm going to get a decision no matter what I do. So I have to take it out of the judge's hands. I believe I have to get him out of there." Oleksandr Usyk might just be immune to the mind games that Tyson Fury so gleefully plays. The Ukrainian's indomitable will to win defines the boxing brilliance that has propelled him to undisputed world champion status in both the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions, cementing his legacy as the first professional to defeat Fury. As Fury and Usyk vie for a psychological advantage leading up to their December 21st rematch, the Briton may possess the physical tools necessary to claim a revenge victory. Todd Duboff, president of Fury's co-promoters Top Rank, told Sky Sports, "I don't know the gamesmanship Tyson plays, but I do think stylistically he's going to have to be really focused for the entire 12 rounds. Usyk is terrific. He has shown that he's a wonderful fighter, an incredible heavyweight who transitioned from a lighter division up to heavyweight, and he seems like you're not going to phase him at all mentally." He added, "Usyk is terrific. He has shown that he's a wonderful fighter, an incredible heavyweight who transitioned from a lighter division up to heavyweight, and he seems like you're not going to phase him at all. Mentally, Tyson's going to have to stay on his game to physically phase him. I don't think mentally he'll phase him. Dubois, however, thinks the former two-time heavyweight champion has what it takes to accomplish that. He said, when you look at that first fight, he hurt Usyk to the body. He did that, and then he got hit with that left hand that changed everything. I was shocked. I thought that there was this physical discrepancy that seemed very significant early in the fight, but once Tyson got hit with that left hand, it just seemed to all fade. His distance and his bigger size. He was on his back foot and he was on the ropes. I felt that Tyson let him off the hook. If Fury emerges victorious, Dubois believes Daniel Dubois, who claimed the IBF title vacated by Usyk and delivered a knockout performance against Anthony Joshua in September, could be a natural future opponent for Fury. Dubois said of Dubois, he was peaking at the right moment against Joshua. I wasn't surprised. I think many people in the UK were surprised, and I think many people around the world were surprised. He added, I thought whoever gets to whoever's chin first is going to be successful. And that's basically what happened. They're both punchers and they're both with marginal chins, and I think that's what we saw. It played out for an exciting fight because with that last round before the knockout, all of a sudden, Joshua hurts him and cracks him and comes in and then boom, lights out. A clash between Dubois and Fury, with both fighters hailing from Britain, could be truly spectacular, particularly if the undisputed heavyweight world championship were at stake for the victor. Dubois said, stylistically, Dubois, a puncher against a big boxer. I think it sets up for a fantastic stylistic fight, a real contrast of styles. Then you could get the undisputed all over again. It's really fascinating. YouTube interviewer and podcaster DJ Vlad recently released the 9th installment of his interview with Bill Haney, the father of Devin Haney. Touching on a variety of subjects, the Ukrainian-American host discussed the upcoming Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury rematch and posed a pressing question to Haney. Like many others, Haney was taken aback by the Cat's unexpected triumph against the British boxer, who was undefeated at the time and was immediately won over. Predicting the rematch outcome, Haney expressed that he had not expected Usyk to dominate Fury as he did, but the performance had made him a believer in Usyk's abilities. He added that he believed Usyk would outshine Fury once more and achieve a 2-0 record.
Well, one of the biggest fights that's coming up is Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2 on December 21st. How do you think that's going to go?
Man, I didn't think Usyk was going to do Fury like he did him. You know, so Usyk has made me a believer.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's made me a believer. I think that he'll upstage Fury again.
Oh, so you think it's going to be 2-0?
It'll be 2-0.
Soon after, DJ Vlad discussed how Fury is a real fighter, despite not having the physique of a world champion boxer due to his obviously regular build. In response, Haney remarked that Fury was a fighter who came from a family of fighters, highlighting his father, John Fury, as a mastermind in his own right. Haney added that he now anticipated a real fight and expected Tyson to come prepared and ready for the challenge. In any case, when asked who he would be betting on, he adhered to his prediction and chose Oleksandr Usyk to end the battle with a resounding yes. Despite their first fight generating a significant fortune, it ultimately did not break even. However, the event sparked immense excitement, raising expectations for the upcoming rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. But what went wrong in their initial bout? The first showdown between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury achieved remarkable commercial success, racking up over 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, mostly from the UK audience. These sales generated a staggering $50 million in revenue. Moreover, the event earned an additional $40 million through advertising and $3 million from ticket sales at the gate. Reports indicate that the total fight purse amounted to around $150 million. The distribution was as follows. Fury was guaranteed 70% of the purse, equating to roughly $105 million, while Usyk was slated to receive an estimated $45 million. Although the event proved commercially successful, reports indicate that the revenue it generated fell short of covering the total expenses, which exceeded $120 million. A major contributor to this financial gap was the widespread piracy of the broadcast. An estimated 20 million viewers tuned in through illegal streams, with nearly 45% of them based in Europe and 18% from the UK. Meanwhile, Tony Bellew acknowledged that he was taken aback by how effortlessly Oleksandr Usyk slammed Tyson Fury during their first bout. Even though the odds are against him, the Briton believes the Gypsy King can exact revenge for that loss. In an interview with The Express, Bellew said that he was taken aback by how much Fury struggled in the first fight. However, if the Gypsy King makes a few small changes to his strategy, the 41-year-old believes he still has a chance to win. Bellew said, He can't allow himself to be bullied. It took me by surprise. I was one of the only analysts who picked Usyk before the fight. Everybody thought Fury would be too big, too strong, and too heavy. I told anyone who would listen that Usyk would win. I just didn't envisage him winning by bullying Tyson Fury. It took Fury by surprise, and it took everybody by surprise. He won't get away with that again. Bellew further added, this time he will be a lot more savvy and a lot more aware. It's insane that a man who is 6'3" and just 100 kilos was able to bully this 20-stone, 6'9" monster. And that's what he did. He won't have that element of surprise going into the rematch. But ultimately, Usyk is the best natural boxing heavyweight I've ever seen. I never thought he would be big enough for heavyweight. When Fury first faced Usyk, his height made him the favored. But as he gets ready for his dramatic comeback to action, the veteran maintains that he is relishing his role as the underdog. He said, "I've always been a bad man my whole life, and I'm still one today at nearly 40 years old. A few years off 40, but I like to say that. I'm going to go in there with a destroy mode." The countdown to the rematch between champion Oleksandr Usyk and challenger Tyson Fury for the world heavyweight title has underway. The eagerly awaited clash has generated massive excitement, and former welterweight champion Sean Porter believes that a sharper and more determined Tyson Fury, who is currently training in Malta, will emerge victorious this time around. Porter said, "I expect him to win this rematch. He's bigger than Usyk, and that size advantage that he has, he, unlike most fighters, knows how to use that size, that reach, that speed. I think the whole fight will play out how the first half of the first fight played out. A very focused and determined Fury is a quiet and relentless Fury. Fury has so many things in his arsenal that makes him the dominator in this fight. He has to dominate this fight, and he can't afford to let himself get caught off guard." Discussing the fight on Pro Box TV's Top Stories show, Paulie Malignaggi called it a must-win situation for the 36-year-old Fury, adding, "Can he physically do what he needs to do at his age? Fury has a history of showing us he can surprise us with the different things that he does. No one really expected him to do what he did in the Vladimir Klitschko fight." He added, "No one expected him to come back in the Wilder rematch and fight the way he did after the first fight. A lot of people thought he won that boxing the way he did, so nobody expected him to be the one to have to come up with some changes to his style. And he did, and he dominated the second fight, and then they had an epic third fight." Malignaggi, on the other hand, commended the robotic precision of the Ukrainian, stating that although he anticipates the upcoming fight to unfold in a manner distinct from their previous thrilling clash, he remains confident that Usyk will ultimately emerge victorious. Conversely, Chris Algieri told Pro Box TV that Usyk is a nightmare who was tough to get over mentally. Algieri added, "I think this is Fury's fight to lose. We saw how dominant he was in the beginning and middle rounds of that last fight. And yeah, he made a mistake. He got cracked, he got hurt, and if he probably wasn't hurt and in that situation, he probably wins that fight, probably pretty handily." He added, "But ultimately, if you ask me right now, I think Usyk does it again. Fury is normally the guy who pressures them and breaks them over time. Now he's got a guy who does it, and he does it better than him. And he has so much will, Usyk. I don't see that fading just yet." Malignaggi suggested that Fury might adjust his strategy as the rematch approaches, similar to the shift he made against Wilder. He explained that Fury transitioned from boxing on the back foot in the first fight to adopting a more physical, front foot approach in the second, leveraging his size advantage. However, Malignaggi noted that Usyk would likely pose a tougher challenge and would not be as easily overpowered as Wilder.
Fury will have to make some adjustments, and a piece of me thinks that it could be in the form of the way he made the adjustment against Wilder, where from the first to the second fight, he went from a boxer on the back foot to a physical guy on the front foot because he was so much bigger. I'm curious to see how that will play out against Usyk. I will say this, though. Usyk is not going to go as quietly as Wilder did.
Carl Froch has stated that considering their respective careers to date, he believes Usyk should lose the fight. He said, "The first fight was a close one, or at least it was very close until Fury got knocked down in round 9. It's going to be interesting. Usyk is 37, he's older than Fury, but he lives the life. It's not the age of the fighter, but the miles on clock. Fury has more miles on the clock, having had 3 tough fights against Deontay Wilder. Then he was on the floor against Francis Ngannou. He then revealed exactly how he sees the fight going." Froch added, "I'd predict a Usyk win, probably on points. I couldn't rule out the late stoppage because if Fury does go for it, as he suggests he will, he could gas out towards the end of the fight. It would be great for British boxing if Fury could win it. as then we might even see a third fight. It's just an incredibly tough ask for him. As the Ukrainian sensation prepares to take on Tyson Fury for the second time, Bernard Hopkins lends his support to Oleksandr Usyk. Hopkins, a former undisputed champion himself, has joined the chorus of voices commenting on the upcoming match, predicting that Usyk will emerge victorious once again against his formidable opponent. "I think the smaller guy is really the big guy in heart and the big guy in talent," said Hopkins when speaking to Fight Hub TV. He added, "I believe Usyk has his number, and I believe that he's not a big heavyweight, which I think helps him in this particular fight. I just think he has the IQ that Tyson Fury won't be able to keep up and withstand as time or rounds go on. I like Usyk, possibly by stoppage late, and not from a punch. I think it will just be a mercy call by the referee." On the other hand, Duke McKenzie has warned Tyson Fury that gaining weight for his rematch with Oleksandr Usyk will play into the Usyk's hands. Britain's inaugural three-weight world champion, McKenzie, argues that bulking up Fury's already imposing physique would work against him. He elaborated on his reasoning in the latest episode of TalkSport's Talk Boxing podcast. McKenzie said, "Fury doesn't live, eat, walk, talk the sport, but you're supposed to. In between fights is where fights are won and lost. We know Fury blows up, puts on a load of weight between fights, and then he has got to get rid of all that weight again. Now, they're trying to tell us that Fury is going to be bigger and better. Bigger and better isn't going to beat Usyk. It's really not." He added, "If he puts on more weight and thinks to himself, 'I'm going to bully Usyk this time. I'm going to go in and walk him down. I'll be able to take his shots because I'm that much bigger,' it's not going to work for him. He's going to be slower, he's going to be more predictable, he's going to get hit more, and a lot sooner. Usyk wins the rematch all day long. I can't see how Tyson Fury beats him. He's not going to knock Usyk out. This guy is unbeaten, so you have to look for chinks in his armor." The ex-WBC heavyweight champion came in at 262 pounds for his first showdown with Usyk, following his heaviest ever weight of 277.7 pounds during his crossover bout against Francis Ngannou in his last fight. McKenzie added, "Has this guy got a bad engine? Does he get cut? Does he go down? Does he have to get up off the floor to win fights? Usyk doesn't have to do any of them. He's never shown a vulnerability." Fury claimed he was in the best shape of his life for his last fight, but was quick to point out that it wasn't the real Gypsy King. Posting to his Instagram story last month, Fury uploaded a picture of his physique before his loss to Usyk, with the caption, "Was in the shape of my life, but this is not the Gypsy King." In a second image, pasted alongside it from his second bout with Deontay Wilder, he wrote, "This is him, 19 stones, 11 pounds bruiser." Following their 2018 draw, where Fury fought on the back foot against Wilder, he gained 17 pounds for their rematch 2 years later, adopting a more aggressive approach as he took the fight to his opponent. He KO'd Wilder in the 11th stanza after he knocked him out in the 7th round and weighed 4 pounds more for their trilogy fight. In his rematch with Usyk, Fury seems to intend to accomplish the same thing, if his pre-fight remarks are to be believed. Fury told TNT Sports, "Last time I went to box him, I was being cautious. I boxed the head right off him. Let's talk facts. Anyone can get caught, as we've seen in a lot of these heavyweight fights. But this time, I'm not going for a points decision. I'm going to knock a mother out." Moreover, Tyson Fury promised to bring an even sharper focus to his upcoming unified heavyweight title rematch against Oleksandr Usyk on December 21st. During the first half of their May bout, which Usyk won by split decision, Fury played to the crowd and repeatedly mocked Usyk. The turning point in the fight occurred in round 9, as Ukraine's Usyk unleashed a flurry of 14 consecutive punches, knocking his opponent down and securing a crucial 10-8 round that ultimately swung the scorecards in his favor. England's Fury held the lead on all 3 judges' scorecards as he entered the 8th round. He's confident he earned the victory after 12 rounds, even though he acknowledges how closely contested the fight was. Fury revealed that he's watched the fight hundreds of times, but still feels the margin was narrow enough to leave room for debate. "I always scored myself winning it, but I'm not a judge, am I?" said Fury, ESPN's number 2 heavyweight. He added, "I haven't made any adjustments, and that's the truth. The only changes will be that I will be less clowning in the ring and more concentrated on fight night. I did a lot of showboating, a lot of messing around, more than I've ever done before, actually, against supposedly my toughest opponent. I did a lot of around and it ended up costing me." Usyk holds the top spot on ESPN's pound-for-pound rankings and is also the leading heavyweight. The Olympic gold medalist previously reigned as the undisputed cruiserweight champion before claiming all 4 heavyweight titles with his victory over Fury.
As it would seem, my rematch with people is always ends up one way. I always end up knocking them out in the rematch. Whoever I've faced more than once has been knocked out in the rematch. So I'm envisaging something similar in the second fight with Usyk. All I can do is prepare well, train hard, eat well, go to bed early, wake up early, do the right things, listen to people around me, and the rest is in God's hands.
Fury is well accustomed to rematches. The Gypsy King squared off with Derek Chisora on 3 occasions, earning a decision win before claiming 2 TKO triumphs. However, his most significant trilogy remains the one against Deontay Wilder. In their first encounter in 2018, Fury was knocked down twice by Wilder, with the bout ending in a draw. However, in the rematch, Fury dominated Wilder, securing a 7th-round TKO. The third fight proved to be a more evenly matched contest, with Fury sent to the canvas twice in round 4, only to deliver a stunning knockout in round 11 to claim victory. Fury said, "I've been in this position before. I don't really dwell on the past too much. I just get on with my job and train for this next fight and put in a good performance and get the victory back, and then hopefully we'll do a rematch again, and that'll be a trilogy. I've had 3 trilogies before." Fury currently has a strong chance to win Fight of the Year one more time because his bout with Usyk in May is the frontrunner. Fury said, "It's a big fight. Obviously, it's a massive, massive fight for both of us, and it's going to be a tough fight either way. And obviously, I want to win badly because obviously I want to avenge my only loss. And it means a lot because I get the rematch straight away, rather than having to chase someone around for the rematch." The inaugural fight also occurred in Riyadh, and for Turki Alalshik, the head of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, it was crucial to arrange the rematch without delay. Alalshik told ESPN on Wednesday, "This is what Riyadh season is doing, delivering a great fight again in 7 months, and this is good for boxing." For a variety of circumstances, including injuries or an unexpected defeat, Alalshik shared Fury's belief that the rematch should be delivered without any stoppage bouts. Alalshik said, "The first fight was too close, and we don't have time. Usyk turns 38 in January, and Fury is 36. Why would we wait if everything is right? This is our way to do business. We will continue to deliver to the market great fights." So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.